consciousness and understanding. Channelings from Clyde Trepanier. Volume 2 continued. Sessions from 1960, May through June. Saturday, May 8th, 1960. Greetings in the light, my friends. Tonight I have chosen to speak with you upon the state of planet Sean as we view it from our vantage point. We have, for a better part of 5 years in your time, been viewing and studying situations very close upon your planet, and this, beloved friends, is what we find. Let us begin with what you think of as your more highly civilized races. As we view these people, we note that a great deal of time, a great deal of what you call your money or your substance with which you barter, is being used in preparation for war. The talents, or the so-called brains of your planet, are exerting their efforts in devising new ways to destroy each other. And I ask you, my friends, how can you avoid such disaster when continually your greatest efforts are spent in preparation for this? And then we find that a very large percent of your population lives entirely on the efforts of the smaller percentage of your population. Your governments maintain huge staffs of people, great armies, air forces, and what have you. These being supported entirely by the minority populations. This classification of your population, my friends, is producing nothing for mankind, which leaves a very small percentage of the population of your Earth supporting by the sweat of its brow a greater portion. And this, my friends, includes those who are living on what is known as your interest system. These too contribute nothing to mankind. We find also that in your educational system, many years are spent in learning that which has gone before. Great time is spent in studying and learning of the wars that have gone in years past, and many other subjects which concern the past. Man needs to spend very little time in reviewing the past, for little will be gained, but rather let man look continually forward and learn that which will bring him new light, which will improve his race, which will raise his standards of understanding. He who looks back continually is lost. Knowledge is a great thing to have, but it is not the greatest thing, for unless man hath wisdom with his knowledge, it will avail him nothing. In fact, his knowledge may destroy him, and wisdom is not gained through intellectual knowledge. Wisdom comes only with spiritual knowledge and understanding. And this, my friends, we find very lacking in what you think of as your higher civilizations. As we have observed what is known among you as your lesser races, would you believe it? We find a much greater spiritual understanding. We find among what could almost be called your savage races more spirituality than is found in your higher civilizations. We find great numbers of these who actually demonstrate in their living true brotherhood, for we find that among many of these, no one is allowed to break his bread without sharing with those who have less than he. Their children are accepted, when need be, into the household and are treated as one of their own. And these, my friends, are only a few of the things that we find in some of these races. Some of your higher civilizations could well learn from these people, as well as they could learn from the higher races. But we do not find this feeling of brotherhood, this feeling of wanting to share, to understand and accept something with one who is beneath in their opinion. That is why we say to all of you of planet Earth that understanding is the only salvation for planet Earth today. If man of Earth is to survive, an understanding of brotherhood must come into being. An understanding of love, the true meaning of these things, an understanding and an effort to demonstrate them. The commandments that were given to you many years past, these were simple, my friends, but they are universal, and they are a must in the evolution of man. But as we probe the minds of Earth people, very few places do we find a love for their Creator, or even a thought of Him. Yet, this is your first commandment. And in this probe, we find very little love for their fellow man. Yet this was given as your second commandment, and equal unto the first. I do not mean to imply that this is not found anywhere, for in the hearts of a few of you we find great love, and we find a great desire to know truth, to do something about the situation that exists upon your planet today. But percentage-wise, my friends, it is very, very small. It is difficult for us to understand why man refuses to follow a path that is so obvious, yet we find this so. I say to you, my friends, in all sincerity, love ye one another, for in this will be your salvation. May the peace, the light, and the understanding of the great ones fill your hearts to overflowing. I leave you by extending to you the love, the light, and the understanding of my people. I am Oxel. Monday, May 23rd, 1960. Peace be with you, my friends. Peace be with you. Events, as you have been told, are moving onward. I wonder if all of you are aware of the increase in frequency, of the cataclysmic events, and of the increase in their intensity. I am sure you are. Today's event is but another incident in the chain. But what concerns us most, my friends, is the very slow development of Earth-man in his attempt to lighten the burdens that are ahead. And this could be done if mankind would just awaken, would open his eyes and realize the task that lies before him. The events of the past few days, of your world leaders and their attempt, yes, I would not even say attempt, in their camouflage of attempting to bring about an understanding between them. They have brought about a great confusion among Earth people. In reality, this was merely a camouflage to bring about events that will help bolster the economy of your planet. For through the events that have taken place between your two great powers, there shall be much propaganda distributed, which will cause, and especially in your country, great amounts of money to be spent. Or, rather, it will be an excuse to spend greater amounts on what is called defense for freedom. Oh, my friends, if you could but see from our vantage point the conniving that goes on behind the scenes by those who hold the reins of power upon your planet, you would be appalled. And this, my friends, this power is a power of reign that encircles your planet. This power reaches into every phase of your life and extends deeply into your religious organizations. This power, a great deal of it, is held in the hands of what is camouflaged as religion. I say to Earth people, you cannot continually prepare for war without eventually facing it. But today, these great powers face a problem which has them somewhat disturbed, for they find themselves holding in their hands a power that even frightens them. And I tell you, my friends, they are much more worried than you realize, for even they know that once this power is released, it will be out of their hands, that they will no longer be able to control it. So you see, beloved friends, a great problem faces planet Earth today. A small handful of power-greedy individuals are faced with the problem of attempting to carry on a false economy, which, in the past, has been kept in motion through the sacrifice of lives of the people. So they face a rather difficult problem, because they too know that this preparation cannot continue indefinitely without bringing about that which it was created for. So they attempt continually to bring about situations of a milder form in order to maintain the power they so dearly love. But soon, my friends, this must come to an end. The handwriting is on the wall, so to speak, but whether Earthman chooses to do about-face or not, planet Earth is still destined for cleansing. Man of Earth can aid greatly in this cleansing if he will but do so, and in turn save himself a lot of suffering. It is his choice, but the event is inevitable. Yet as individuals, each shall receive his just reward. And to those of you who choose the path of service to your fellow man, the path of love, ye need have no concern, for yours will be a great reward. You who choose this path will be the ones to help bring into being the new age of peace, of love, and of justice to all. So, let each of us remember the laws that have been laid down for us. Let us love one another. Let us serve our Creator in love. Let us be forgiving. Let us be just in all that we do. Yet let us be discerning. Let us know the path we are following. Let us pray always for wisdom in our doing. Let us realize who and what we are, for when we realize our nothingness in the great vast sea of consciousness, then we are becoming somewhat conscious of who and what we are. Let us analyze each of our experiences honestly and fairly, so that we might learn by them. For no experience need come but once, if we have learned that which it was meant for. Let us attempt to recognize within ourselves our weaknesses, not as weaknesses, but as something to grow by. For as we overcome, we are strengthened, and through strength we grow. There is a great difference between condemning oneself and constructively analyzing and criticizing oneself. So let us analyze, and yet maintain our respect for ourselves, realizing that this is only a strengthening process. Now, beloved friends, I must leave you. I am not going to announce myself. In other words, I am going to let you have a little guessing game again, and your instrument will know. My blessings, my friends. May the Creator pour into the hearts of you great love and understanding. May all the great masters pour their blessings out upon you, that your hearts might be filled to overflowing. Peace be with you, my friends. Peace be with you. Tuesday, June 2nd, 1960. Greetings in the light, my friends. I am Oxel. As we are sitting here in space outside your solar vortices, observing actions, events as they are taking place upon your surface, we see man of Earth in a state of almost utter confusion, a state of great insecurity. He is almost as if sitting upon a razor's edge, not knowing which way he shall topple. Your great powers stand in readiness at any moment to release the wrath of the energies which they control. We hope that someone in desperation or confusion does not push the button. Man of Earth still has time to save himself from much disaster, suffering, and mental agony. If man of Earth will but agree to eliminate wars and will accept the help of those who stand ready to move in upon a moment's notice, great changes can be made upon planet Earth with much, much less suffering and confusion. We of the Otavana shall not come into your atmosphere. We shall not land upon your planet, for all of our duties can be performed from where we stand. But there are those from planets within your system who are physical beings, as are you, who can and have walked among you and rubbed shoulders with you. There are those who stand ready to come to your aid as soon as you of Earth extend your hand of friendship, show your willingness to receive them in love, and they will show the way. They ask nothing in return except your friendship. Could any people be offered more, I ask you, my friends? Yet your people, by and large, have turned them away and refused to accept. Many attempts, many offers have been made, yet each time the result was the same. Beloved friends, the process of dividing the chaff from the wheat has begun in a small way. As you have been told, planet Earth is destined for a cleansing. This must and will take place, for in the Creator's plan for this system, certain changes must occur. Planet Earth has lagged behind for many generations, yes. I must even go farther and say for several civilizations. Man of Earth has not chosen wisely. Therefore, he has lagged behind. Time is now running out. The cycle is turning, and Earth as a planet must move with its sister planets into the new vibration and location in space. Great solar changes are about to take place in your system, a cycle of changes that does not often occur. As we have mentioned before, that is our purpose in coming into your system at this time, to aid in this change. This change will be more difficult for planet Earth because of her lag in evolvement. Spiritual understanding is at a low ebb. Therefore, the change will be more difficult for this planet. For those in your system who have progressed and have an understanding of what is taking place, there shall be no difficulty, and they are only, as are we, interested in making it as easy as possible for your planet and its people. We regret that so small a percentage of the population of your planet will move with it into the new age of brotherly love, of justice, of understanding, of peace. For when these events have passed, planet Earth will no longer be the same. Life as you now know it will not exist, but rather an atmosphere of love, of understanding. Man must understand and know his brother. He shall live for the benefit of all. His efforts will be spent in this direction. No more will its people destroy one another. No longer will they live in hate, in suspicion, in jealousy. All these things will vanish. A new age of justice will prevail, and your system, your solar system, will take on a new look, for all will change. My friends, let this new peace and understanding grow rapidly in the hearts of each of you, for where else can love begin than in the heart of the individual? No man who establishes within his own heart love and understanding need have any concern for the coming changes. He shall ride the crest. They may fall on his right and on his left, but nothing shall come near him. This we have pledged to all of you who make this decision, and we stand upon our oath. I leave you, my friends, by extending to you the love, the light, and the understanding of my people. I am Axel. Thursday, June 16th, 1960. My blessings to thee, my friends. What seek ye most, beloved ones? What seek ye most in life? Would you be so kind as to answer this for me? Group. We seek more understanding of life in all realms, that we may better serve the Creator and our fellow man. Anthon. Have you ever considered your own individuality in this vast sea of life? Have you ever attempted to analyze the size and importance of the lone individual? When you view it among the whole, it becomes almost nothing. Is this not so? How many, I wonder, among your Earth people realize the nothingness of their own individuality? This is important, my friends, very important. For until one comes into this realization, he will not be able to master his own ego. You see many things happening about you today. Yes, you see them falling on your right and on your left, because they have not realized the nothingness of their own individuality. They have allowed their own ego to master them. They wish to be known as authorities. The downfall of many individuals is brought about through this very thing called ego. It seems that Earthman will go to great lengths, to great extremes, to save face, so to speak. He cannot face the fact that he may have been wrong. I say to you, my dear friends, you see this happening all about you. Recognize these things for what they are and profit by them. See that this does not happen to thee. You, my beloved friends, have been given many opportunities by which to learn these things. Many experiences have passed your way for you to observe, analyze, and grow by. Do not let them slip by without profiting, without growing, without being a better individual for them. Many of us who have been interested in those of you who have gathered here have watched, have prayed for your growth. We have aided you wherever possible without invading your own rights and privileges. Our love is deep for all of thee, yet we know that each of you must grow by your experiences. That we cannot experience for you. We can only help in our way to protect you, and in our way, drop certain hints and suggestions to you. But you, beloved ones, must make the choice, must have the experience, and must either learn or fail to learn from it. But I say in all sincerity, guard against the influences of ego. If it becomes necessary to lose a little face, do it in love and humility, and you will be rewarded. For this seems to be the most difficult thing for Earth people to face. So let us rise above these things. Let us place our faith in the highest, knowing full well that no one can bring harm to us in any way if our ideals are above reproach. Turning the other cheek is not an easy thing to do in your level of understanding. But it is not as difficult as it seems, not nearly as difficult as it seems. There is a great amount of light to be shed upon the people of Earth, but it is not possible to shed this light unless you have it. And when you have it, there is no question about it, for it will be recognized by all. You will not need to impress anyone that you have the light, for it will be very evident in your own life. For those who have it, it shines so brightly that it is not doubted by any. Our own lives will reveal the amount of light that we carry, so we need not impress anyone. These are things, my friends, that we believe are well to bear in mind at all times. And these are the things that you, as teachers, should impress upon the seekers. I of myself can do nothing, but the Father within me doeth the works. So be it, beloved friends. My love and my blessings go with you. I am Anthon. Monday, June 20th, 1960. Peace be with thee, my friends. I am Anthon. I dropped by a few evenings ago for a little chat with a couple of your friends, and we chatted for some time concerning man and his realization of himself. I mentioned the importance of one's knowing himself and realizing his weaknesses, his strong points, and I dwelled for some length upon the individuality of man. Friends, it is most important today that man begin to know himself, that he realize the forces and the urges that work within him, his relationship to mankind as a whole, and the part that you fill in this great vast sea of life. I wonder just how much you realize the vastness of this life of which ye are a part. Man, to come into this realization of who and what he is, must first realize the nothingness of his individuality. By doing so, he begins to realize his own divine essence. And as this dawns upon him and becomes clear, he begins to realize who and what he is. This, my friends, is a good point to remember. Realizing one's nothingness, or rather, realizing the nothingness of the individuality, one comes into the realization of his divine essence. Think upon these words, beloved friends, for there is great depth to their meaning. Let the realization of these words sink deep into your consciousness, that you might come into the full realization of their meaning. People of Earth, you face a great many problems at this time, and I am sure that each of you present here realize that the change that is taking place today upon your planet is having great effect upon your people. You see, beloved friends, spiritual understanding has been so lacking among your people that as they are faced with the many problems that confront them today and the changing vibration of your Earth's envelope or aura, it is bringing strange effects from these people. This is why, my friends, that you find your institutions becoming more and more crowded day by day, that you find your people doing strange things. Your medical profession today faces many baffling problems that have not confronted them in the past. Many of these things are not spoken of openly, but they themselves do not understand what is happening. Yet they know, because of what they see and face day by day, that something is happening which they cannot explain. This, beloved friends, will increase as time passes. You can expect more and more strange things from many of your people, and this is why I say to you, self-development, to realize and know yourself, is so important at this time. For with knowledge and wisdom and understanding, you will not be affected. But growth comes only by self-effort, and only you can increase your understanding. And there is only one place to begin. And that, beloved friends, is with yourself. There is only one great way to teach, and that is by example. And the only way that you can be that shining example is to cultivate this love and understanding within yourself. Peace be with thee, my friends. Tuesday, June 21st, 1960. Greetings in the light, my friends. I am Oxel of Arcturus. I greet you each in the love, light, and understanding of the great spirit of creation. You have met here in the name of understanding, and in the hearts of each of you is a somewhat different interpretation of understanding. This word has far-reaching significance. It also is of great importance to planet Earth, for unless understanding is realized within some degree among the people of planet Earth, your civilization stands a little chance of survival. We of the Confederation are most happy to see that a few people upon planet Earth are interested in promoting understanding. But I wonder, my friends, just how much you realize the vastness of this task of bringing understanding to Earth people. This is a tremendous task and will require great effort upon the part of each individual interested in promoting this idea. It will require a great deal of effort upon the part of each of you, and all of those and all of us who are working in this behalf. A great amount of wisdom will be needed. We of the Confederation and our colleagues in what you call the etherical realms are working and will be working, putting forth every effort to help you succeed in your efforts. It will be necessary for each of you to put forth every ounce of effort that you have to bring into your being a realization of understanding. This, my friends, is a very, very broad term and encompasses a great deal, as you will see in the future as the realization of the full meaning of this word comes into your being. You are going to find that it will be necessary to develop within yourself a great love, a great tolerance for your fellow being. It will be necessary to turn the other cheek many times. You will find it necessary to smile many times when you do not really mean it. But by putting these things into practice, soon you will find that you do mean it, that all things can be accepted and handled in love and understanding. I would suggest that you listen to what our brother Anthon had to say last evening and ponder his words well, for they have deep meaning. It is going to be necessary for each of you to come into the realization of which he spoke, to know thyself. We sincerely hope that you will find it possible to work together in strong unity and develop among yourselves an at-oneness, a love that is beyond what you know as love in your chemical or physical existence. There is only one place to begin to build your light and your understanding, my friends, and that, as you well know, is within your own heart, within your own being. Let it begin with me. If this idea can be spread among your people that I am the one who must build my light, and that I will put forth every effort to build my own light, that it might shine and lighten the lives of those about me, not in what I say, but in what I do. For, beloved friends, there is only one way to teach, and that is by example. Not a word need be spoken if you carry the true light of the great spirit of creation. So let each of us open our hearts to this river of life that flows continually from a source that is even beyond the knowledge of those who carry great, great abundance of this light. Do not expect to learn everything in a moment, but move forward step by step, letting each experience be another stepping stone to a higher understanding. Waste not these experiences, but grasp the opportunity to learn all you can from each one of them, and remember that nothing happens by chance. Keep alert, be always aware of the things that go on about you, for each moment is an experience by which you may learn. Awareness is most important in our growth. Be aware also of that still small voice within, that higher consciousness that will guide you on the path that is right for you. And this, beloved friends, is available to everyone. Once you have mastered this, you will not go astray. You will find life much more glorious, much more interesting, and learning, understanding, and wisdom will come more rapidly. And if each of you learn to follow this inner guidance which comes from your own higher consciousness, your organization will grow. Its light will increase and your followers will be many. Your problems will be few. Your pardon for the slight delay. Momentarily, there was a technical difficulty. We are working with you in your efforts, be assured of this. But understanding must come through Earth people in order to be successful. We can only aid you in our ways, but it is important that each of you ponder well the meaning of understanding and attempt, to the best of your ability, to demonstrate it in your everyday living. For here, my friends, is where it will be effective. It will require more than meeting and discussions. It will require living it if you are to truly spread understanding among Earth people. Do I make myself clear? Questioner: Yes. But would you suggest that we meditate in our membership meetings? Oxel: Meditation is always good, but it requires more than meditation to grow spiritually. One must live and express that which he believes, which he seeks to know. Meditation and prayer is important, and I would heartily condone this practice in your gatherings. but I would suggest strongly that you emphasize the fact that understanding must be lived to be effective, and start it definitely with yourselves. Demonstrate it in your gatherings and as you go out into the life of your daily living. Now, my friends, I must leave. It has been my pleasure to speak with you. May each of you reach great heights in your search for understanding. I leave you by extending to you the love, the light, and the understanding of my people. I am Oxel. Questioner: what is meant by turning the other cheek? Oxel: it is quite simple. Let me express it in our way of life. If we were to come to your planet and were met with hostility, we would be destroyed before we would destroy. This has been demonstrated upon the surface of your planet. Gandhi demonstrated it many times for the world to see, and he was successful in his accomplishments. You see, to fully understand these things, you must understand life. No one can destroy you. Perhaps your vehicle of today can be destroyed, but this does not destroy you. And I believe all of you here are aware that life is eternal. Does that answer your question, my friend? Questioner: yes, but should we allow those who have no understanding within themselves, accept destructiveness, to go on and live? Oxel: this is a result of your system. You see, a problem cannot be solved unless you go to the root of the problem. So destroying this person does not solve the problem. It is necessary in your society to deal with these situations, but they have not been dealt with wisely. If the cause of these acts was removed, the problem would not exist, for we live by cause and effect. But I grant you that in your society, it is necessary to deal, in some manner, with these problems. We do not allow someone to go about promiscuously destroying life of others. Something must be done in these situations. It is somewhat difficult to bring into your words an explanation of these things that would make them entirely clear to you. I am not sure if I have made myself clear to you on this matter. Questioner: if I were to meet a hostile person, how would I protect myself against him? What would be right to do? Oxel: what are your commandments? Questioner: thou shalt not kill. Oxel: there is your answer, for then you have broken the commandments if you kill. I would prefer to let him break the commandments, but this, my friends, is something that you have to decide for yourself. You see, the laws have been given. They are set. You have a choice. You can obey the law, or you can break the law. There is no halfway. But as I said before, you cannot be destroyed. Now, my friends, I must leave. It has been my pleasure to speak with you. May each of you reach great heights in your search for understanding. I leave you by extending to you the love, the light, and the understanding of my people. I am Oxel. Monday, June 27th, 1960. Peace be with you, my friends. Peace. O great and radiant one, send forth thy light to these thy children, that it might fill their hearts to overflowing. that they might experience a minute part of thy glory. Blessed be ye everyone. Blessed be ye. Children, seek ye knowledge. Seek ye wisdom, and seek ye understanding. For when ye have these, ye have the powers of the universe within your hand. Ye seek to know the truth. The truth is ever before you. But to understand and know truth, you must diligently seek. You must obey the laws of truth. Ye cannot serve two masters. Man must grow and grow rapidly upon your planet if his civilization is to survive. Many fires of light must be kindled, and they must be heaped high with fuel in order to produce the light that is needed to bring about this survival. The time is much shorter than you realize, yet man continues to quarrel, to fight among themselves, to maneuver for positions that will give them advantage in their pursuit for power, little realizing the destruction that they are heaping upon themselves. I say to Earthman, realize your divinity and claim it. Claim it with love, with humility, and with a burning desire to serve mankind, to be ever reaching a helping hand to your brother being, rather than attempting to get the advantage of him. The laws are well known among your people, yet almost completely are they ignored. They are spoken of lightly and sneeringly. It is difficult for us who live the laws as we know them to see how a civilization can follow a path of destruction when there is a path of beautiful life and glory that can be followed. How did this beast get such a foothold in the heart of men? Yet it is obvious that he has. It is time for Earthman to reach out and grasp the truth that he faces. We, from many realms of life, stand ready to extend to Earthman a helping and friendly hand whenever he is willing and ready to accept it. We hope this time is not far off. Everything is being done to turn Earthman upon the right path, but his resistance is great. He hears not, neither does he see, but moves blindly onward toward destruction. But on the other side, my friends, we are happy to see minority groups of people, such as you have here, attempting to raise themselves in consciousness, to bring themselves above the consciousness that exists upon planet Earth. And we extend to you our congratulations, our blessings, and our understanding, and encourage you to seek diligently, wisely, and assure you that the fruits of your efforts will be great. And now, my friends, before I leave you, I will ask you to remain quiet for a short time after I have left the instrument, for each of you have with you your own wisdoms, and I shall assist them in bringing to each of you a special blessing. We are going to create around each of you an energy that will be beneficial to each of you, both mentally and physically. Open your hearts and let this energy flow freely through your being, that you might reap the benefits of it. May each of you receive the benefit according to your own ability. We shall give freely. Peace be with you, my friends. Peace be with you.